8.7 Function Notation. Function notation uses f of x to represent the output of the function f for an input of x. Example 1. Let f of x equal 2x minus 5. You can see that they put in f of x, that's how you read the f parentheses x, instead of y. This is just meaning it's a function notation. It's a function. Find f of x when x equals negative 3. Let's start with just the first part, when x equals negative 3. So in our equation, our function, 2x minus 5. Well, here's the x, and they tell us that x is negative 3. So we are going to substitute in negative 3 for x. Now, what they did here, f of negative 3, they're just telling you it's the function of negative 3. What happens when you put in negative 3? What do you get back out? You are not doing anything to the side. Just kind of imagine that it's y, so you do not touch it. Just solve 2 times negative 3 is negative 6 minus 5 is negative 11. Remember, negative 6 minus 5 is adding a negative, so it's negative 11. So the answer, when x is negative 3, the function of x is negative 11. That's what that means. Part B said, find x when the function of x is 13. This is basically like saying when y equals 13. So what's x when y, or the function of x, equals 13? So instead of this f of x right here for part B, we are now going to put in 13. Now you have to solve for x. So this is minus 5, so I add the opposite, and then add the opposite to both sides. 5 plus 13 is 18. And then 2 times x, remember there's multiplying there. So what's the opposite? Or how do I undo 2 from x? You want to divide by 2. And again, here are your steps on the side. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So x equals 9. When the function of x is 13, x equals 9. Go ahead and try these. Now the first one, please pause the video and make sure you try them yourself. The first one, you are going to put in x is 4 into the equation, negative x plus 7. Please pause the video so you can complete it. You are substituting 4 in for the x, and negative 4 plus 7 is 3. Number 2, this time your g of x, and it doesn't matter if it's f of x or g of x, you might see h of x, it's still a function. They're just giving it it's another type of function, it's another name. So this g of x, and here's g of x in the very front, so now I'm going to put 9 in the front. Go ahead and solve this. Okay, how do I solve this? Well, let's get rid of the 7 first. It's adding 7, so let's subtract 7. 2 equals negative x. I don't want negative x, I want positive x. So let's get rid of this negative 1 by dividing by negative 1. X equals negative 2. Graphing a function. You can graph a function by first rewriting the function as y equals 5 over 6 x minus 3. So again, that's why the f of x is really just y. Okay, it's just another way to write it. So what's the y-intercept? Well, here's your y equals mx plus b. Let's change the subtraction, adding the opposite. So y-intercept, where's b? Negative 3. So I'm going to start by plotting the point on negative 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, go negative 1, 2, 3. What's the slope? So from that point, I'm going 5 over 6. Now remember, I like to draw the arrows. So 5 is your rise, so that's going up. 6 is your run, which is going right. So from this dot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put a dot. And again, here they're going to tell you to go 6 units up and 5 units right. Oh, that actually says 6 units right, 5 units up. I always go up first, but it does not matter. You should get the same lines. Try to take a straight edge. I'm going to do the best I can to draw a straight line. You want to go all the way through the graph. There's your line. Okay, go ahead and try these. Pause the video. Remember, start with 2, and then let's see, let's put this negative with the 2. Again, it doesn't matter. So my rise is down, my run is right. So down 2, 1, 2, right 3, 1, 2, 3. If you look, you can see you have a negative slope. And there's your line. Yeah, mine's a little off because I didn't have the exact same graph, but that's what I had as well. Next graph this, again we've been doing this already, so there's your b, add the opposite, so negative 1. My slope is 3 over 2, so up 3, right 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And again, you can continue going using the slope to find another point. So go up 3, 1, 2, 3, right 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You can even go down, so you can do the complete opposite. You can go down and to the left. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And you can see your nice line will form then. And that's how you graph the function. Then just remember that the h of x or g of x, whatever the function is, just think of it as y. Example 3. Please follow along. I did not put any boxes around the answers. Write a linear function g given that g of 0 equals 10. This right here is an ordered pair. Remember I told you this is actually going to be your x, because remember a function of x, so the 0 is your x, comma 10, because the function of x equals y. So g of 4, that means x is 4 and y is negative 2. They're ordered pairs. What you can do is once you have two ordered pairs, you can actually find the slope, which we did with negative 3, and then we can write the equation. So g of x, where do we get the g of x? Because this is g up here. And then that equals, the slope we found was negative 3x, plus, where do we get the 10? Well, I gave you the 0. If you look up to the very top of the slide, where the arrow is pointing, there's the x is 0. So what's the y-intercept? 10. You are going to have a quiz on this 8.5 through 8.7.